Hello, everyone. This is Marta.
And this is Anna.
And this is You've Got 5 Options show.
And this is the first time that I really listened to our jingle that we are abandoning 5 children, 2 partners and 1 cat. I would like to say that the cat is mine. So Marta abandons 3 children and 1 partner. I abandoned 2 children and 1 partner and a cat. So it's even.
It's very even and we are well distributed. You get the 3 females, I get the 3 males. We have divided properly.
Very properly, although the partners are both males, just to make it clear for everyone, yes. So welcome to a new show, and today we are having a fantastic guest with us, which we will introduce shortly.
I would say that they are even in plural. They come as guests.
You are right. They come as guests. That is the first time we are having 2 guests in the studio, but there is No?
No, we were already having 2 guests.
You know that I'm trying to completely neglect that period when I was on maternity leave and I wasn't here?
I can see that.
Yes, I am like, that was not You've Got 5 Options because I wasn't there. So, of course, I'm joking. I actually think that, Marta, you did a great job covering for me because I was so big and so much waiting for the baby that I had to stay home. So Marta was doing the show for a couple of weeks with the help of Estefania.
Yeah, Estefania has helped me. She was here to be a co-hostess, and that was a really nice experience. But I'm also glad that you are back.
You missed me, didn't you?
Yes.
Yes, because I'm the bullshit responsible.
Always have been and always will be.
And always will be, yes. So I think this will be very interesting, especially for our listeners in US, because, guys, as I mentioned before on our show, US is our biggest listener base. We don't know.
For the podcast.
For the podcast. Because this show, if you didn't catch it on a radio, you can always listen to a podcast. And if you want to know how to find it, and I'm looking at you, Dennis, because I always hope that you will go and find it on our website, which is the5options.com, 5 as a number. Then you have all the library of podcasts, so you can, guys, also hear yourself. Yes, exactly. It will stay online on internet forever.
No pressure.
No pressure. No pressure at all. So, yes, for our US listeners, this is a fantastic young Danish band. So you also will be able to experience a song in a Danish language because they are singing in Danish. So that's just like, to acknowledge that we have a fan base in US. I like to call them a fan base because, I would like to have some fans. Okay,
and we also have a fan base in Nigeria.
That is unexpected.
Yes, so hello also to all our listeners in Nigeria. And for the next time, we can look even better into geographical statistics of the podcast. And
because how is it? It's US, Denmark, Nigeria?
Well, I remember that they were like the distinctive ones because US and Denmark have been the highest one almost since the beginning. Denmark was the highest one, then US overpassed. And I just remember that there was quite a significant one from Nigeria, but because that was kind of like a surprise.
Yeah.
I don't know if they are number 3. I think maybe Poland is number 3. But we will check it better. Yeah, we will check it better for next time. We can share with you something more about statistics because that's always the most interesting thing
for us. Not for anyone else unless you are from Nigeria. Because if you are our listener from Nigeria, please write to us a message. We really want to know who are you guys because we are very surprised and I don't know anyone from Nigeria. Do you know someone?
Yeah, I know a couple of people, but not like my close friends or something. So like I know them from Nigeria. I mean, they are from Nigeria. They are not currently living in Nigeria. Okay. So that's the surprising part. But anyhow, thank you to all our listeners, no matter where you're located in the world, also in Nigeria.
Yes, exactly. So, Marta, do we start?
Yes, let's go for our first segment.
Dennis?
Superman Music brings to you Artist of the Week.
Look, Mommy, it's the moon. Oh, I cannot believe it. It's like, Dave, He actually is saying that it's just auto-tuned. I love this beat at the end. Look, mommy, it's the moon. Yeah, sorry. It always makes me smile.
Yes. So anyhow, welcome, Kalaset.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And it would be nice if you have shared with our audience your names.
Yeah, I'm Morten.
And my name is Sissel.
So everyone around the world,
Try to
apart
pronounce
from
that.
Denmark, try to pronounce those names.
Yes. Morten is not so difficult, but
Sissel.
Sissel.
Yeah, exactly.
It's a lot of S's.
Yes, a lot of S's, exactly. We actually have, by the way, we are sharing computer with Marta because this is a really little table. So we actually have looked into your bio or description of the band on Facebook.
Yeah.
It's very long and it's translated with Google Translate because it's in Danish. But I will just say that I prefer you to tell me because I can see so many grammatical mistakes here that I only got that Kalas means a big party and this is from where the name of the band came.
Exactly.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So guys, tell us who is Kalaset, from where the name comes from. We know already. How many of you, what are you playing, and how did you get here?
Yeah.
Take it away, Morten.
Yes. Well, we started because we go to the same gymnasium. The four of us, the base of the band, I guess the beginning, which is Hendrik, the bass player, Jakob on the drums, and us two, Sissel on the keys.
Yeah, I play the keys.
Yeah, and I play the guitar and sing as well.
And the keys is the keyboard, right?
Yeah.
For all of our ignorant,
the keyboard.
like.
And I also
It's
do.
not that she is just jingling something.
No. Well, sometimes I do. I would like to do.
Yeah, that would be
That's
cool.
more,
That would be cool. A concept song,
Yeah.
maybe. Yeah.
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 And as you said, Kalas in Danish means a big party.
Okay.
And yeah, that's what we are. Just
I guess we started like doing covers, and I've always written music and written songs, and I didn't want to do covers no more. It wasn't for me. And slowly we began to just play our own songs, and they actually started in English.
Okay.
But around the time we went to David's, we actually started playing Danish music and kind of found the way we were supposed to be as a band. I think so. And then it became this Danish indie rock thing.
Indie rock?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what we are. I think we're the Danish indie rock kind of.
also a bit of pop.
Yeah, a bit of pop.
We like to mix many genres and just play.
We've been called
play
punk
with it.
as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. You
We
don't
have
have punk?
we have different elements in our music.
Yeah.
And we just like to experience
And I
as
think-
much as we can.
And I think the songs are also very different.
Guys, don't take it in any bad way, but you look terribly young. Also because maybe we are a little bit in a different decade. So how many years are you playing as a band?
It's about because Anders, our new guitarist, started this in May, I think. And apart from that, we've been together as a band for like a year, 2.
No, 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
It feels like a year.
But you know, we started as a cover band.
Yeah, it started as a cover
And we
band.
played as a cover band for about a year.
Yeah.
So we have only played our own music
Yeah.
in Danish, and the genre we play now in for like a year or so.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, you are around 1920.
Exactly,
I know
19
that,
years
yes.
old, both of us.
And you are already playing your own music. You are writing your own songs and you are recording them. Good job. Good job, really.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes. We
Yes.
therefore want to ask you some questions. And there is one that I really would like to know. And, well, let's see what you say. So tell us, each one of you, one thing that you wouldn't like your mom to know. Tricky,
Yeah. Okay, can I tell something? It's very cheesy, but like I tell my mom everything. She knows everything. Even when I experience something and I think I don't want to tell her, I end up telling her either way. Because, she's just one of my best friends. It's so embarrassing.
That is a very good and a very safe answer. Well done. Morten, you have to have something that you don't want your mom to know.
Oh, well, I don't want, because I don't really have that kind of relationship with my mom where I tell her everything. I kind of keep it like what she needs to know, I think.
Stay in the safe zone. Yeah.
But,
Some call it a healthy parent-child relationship.
I think, we're still in the gymnasium and usually...
What do you call it in English? Gymnasium?
High school? It's the high school, I guess.
Yeah.
Is it called high school?
It usually she says like don't drink too much and stuff like that. But I think we all end up drinking way too much anyway, and I guess
of course you're musicians. That's implied.
It's a class.
Exactly. It's a class. It's a party.
I think that's something that I don't necessarily tell her how much we drink.
Then I think we will just not recommend you to play this part of the podcast afterwards to your mom. Yeah.
Okay, Anna, would you like to hit it with the next question?
Depending what the question is, because I have more questions from my head, but I know we are also on a time schedule. I know what is the next question. Actually, that's my question. That's a question I want to know. So you are guys indie, rock, pop, maybe even punk, but for sure there is one song that you like, that you wouldn't like to admit that you like, your guilty pleasure song.
Yeah.
And now you have a chance to shine and be brave and tell us that you love Britney Spears. Okay, one song that you wouldn't like to admit that you actually like.
One song.
Yeah.
Well, it's by a Danish artist.
Okay.
And I don't think you know him, but it's an artist called Sander. And
it's very poppy.
And I don't like to admit I like pop, but
mainstream.
And mainstream music, but I really do. Some of my friends are like hipsters, and I just listen to funk and cool music and the old artists back in the days. I'm just like, yeah, me too. And then I go home and hit the play button. The hits. So I think that's kind of embarrassing.
That was very brave, I think. Morten, how about you?
There's one Jonas Brothers song that I just love. It's amazing. It's called Love Bug, and it's kind of cheesy in the start, but actually end up being kind of rockish. I think so. So if people listen to it, I think they would also like it because it's very surprisingly rockish at the end. But it's the Jonas Brothers thing that I don't really want to.
Love Bug. Interesting title. I have to check the song. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
We are arriving to the time when we would actually like to listen to your song.
Yeah.
Which is not a love bug.
That's a very good idea. Since you are a band and you write your own music, that would be a really nice thing. So we would like you to tell us a little bit about that song, especially for those listeners that may not necessarily understand Danish. So it would be nice to know what's the song about.
Yeah. It's cool. It was recorded at David's, and the song is about how we need to talk to each other more. I think I was doing a time where I didn't really tell anyone about how I was feeling, and then things got misunderstood and misinterpreted, and I think I just really had to get that out there, that you need to talk to us about what you're feeling, man, so you don't end up looking mad all the time, or maybe just going through something. So I think that's what the core of the song is about.
Okay, and the title is, Google Translate told me that in English it's Silence is a Lie.
Yeah.
And how it is in Danish?
Yeah, stilheden er en løgner. Is it?
One more time.
Stilheden er en løgner.
US, Nigeria, try to pronounce that. Okay, let's play it.
Noget ramte mig i midten af mit store brede sind. helt tilfældig, måske en smule heldig. Nu kan jeg mærke, det er noget igen. Og jeg brænder efter svar, men det tiger på sin tunge. Og der er vådt omkring hendes læber, men hendes mund er lukket. Ja, yeah. Og det er sikkert fordi, at det er lidt svært at sætte ord på de tanker, man tænker, der gør lidt ondt indeni. Og det kan blive koldt i de stumme slå, når ingen sine tunge kan varme de op. Det ramte mig igen, som tiden dog flyv forbi. Klokken er 12, men det her døgn kunne godt bruge en time til. Ja, 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 og det er sikkert fordi, at det er lidt svært at kommunikere med de, der intet sige kan. Og det er sikkert fordi, at det er lidt svært at definere, om det den følelse virkelig kan. Det kilder på dig og trækker i muskler, der danner det smil, du aldrig har smilt før. Og det brænder i mig og smelter den is, jeg har i mit blik, i væk med de varmeste ord. Stilheden er en løgner. Er en løgner. En løgner, en løgner, en løgner, en løgner, en løgner. Løgner. Er en løgner. Yeah.
So we are back after this really great song. I actually really enjoyed it. Usually I need to understand the lyrics to enjoy the song, but I enjoyed it. And I actually heard this song probably around 50 times because David's, that's actually the recording studio of my boyfriend. Yeah. And he recorded the song there at Super Moon Music. And when he is, working on music, he brings it home and then he puts it over and over again. So surprisingly, I don't hate it after hearing it 50 times. That's good to hear.
That's very good.
And guys, the last thing is that we will provide all the info for people who are interested about your social media links on our website.
Yeah.
But tell us where we can find you live here in Denmark.
We're playing Water Festival, which is a small festival in Middelfart, where we're from.
Middelfart, woohoo!
Middelfart.
Sounds weird in English, but
yeah,
yeah, it sounds like a Middelfart.
Very weird.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the name of this.
Yeah, it's the name. But yeah,
it doesn't mean what you think it means.
No.
And that's kind of the nearest one we have right now.
And we also, in November, we have a bigger gig in Odense.
In Odense at Kansas City. So
Kansas City?
Yeah, it's the name of the place.
Okay, perfect. Well done, guys. Okay. So now we are ready. Are we ready?
We are ready for the next segment.
Yes.
A very challenging challenge of the week. Yes, a very challenging challenge of the week it is.
It is.
And it is a challenge that was sent to us by Kate. So, Kate, thank you for trusting in us and sending the very first challenge of our 4th season. I mean, sent by someone, not one that Anna stole by listening to it on
I never
car
steal.
drive.
I just eavesdrop on people and I bring it to the show.
Yes, I don't know how ethical it is, but maybe we should call our lawyer.
Do we have a lawyer?
And now we
Yes,
do.
now
Yes,
we do. Yes, we have
yes.
a lawyer. Yes, we have a lawyer. Yes, that guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, but anyhow, with Kate, it is she herself who sent, or maybe it's a he. At least a person says that the name is Kate.
Yes. And guys, Kala said if you have any life challenge that you would like us to solve on air, anonymously, you can give other names like John and Maria. Send it to us and we will discuss it live on air. Yeah.
Yes,
Cool.
through our website, the5options.com. There is a place very easily seeable and accessible. User interface is rocking. And, just send us a challenge. Okay, but here comes a challenge. Hi. So I am starting my initiative and I am honestly scared as hell. I know that this is my gut feeling because I am going towards being fulfilled and what makes me happy, which is helping others. So that is the full description of the challenge.
Very poor.
There is not
Kate, you
much.
could have done better.
There is not much details in it, but we know we have a Kate who is honestly scared as hell because she's starting something that is very close to her heart.
And I don't know what this initiative could be. Probably
For all we know, it could be a band.
it could be a music band,
Yeah. For
It
all
could
we know,
be-
it could be anything.
online casino,
Yeah.
illegal brothel,
Yes.
tennis.
Maybe
notes.
that's why there is not much detail to it.
Yes.
Because it could also be something illegal.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, I took it a little bit seriously.
Sorry for that.
No, but anyway, so we actually have 5 tips for Kate for that challenge. And the first tip is get a clear understanding of your why. So, meaning get a very clear understanding of why are you doing this. I think that when we are worried, when we are scared of doing something, having this very clear direction of why am I doing this is really, really helpful. At least that was for me when I was starting my own business, knowing that I'm doing it out of a higher purpose, that is something that is connected to my passion, connected to my purpose, has been really, really helpful in managing my fear.
Yeah, just a little bit background for you. Kala said Marta has quit her job to start her own business, and she has 3 kids, from the introduction. So that was quite a step for her. So when you were doing this decision, you were very clear on why.
I was scared as shit and very clear on why. Okay, so the second tip is get friendly with the fear. And what I mean by getting friendly with the fear is simply, acknowledging that you are feeling that fear and accepting that the fear is a part of it so that you can come more or less to a conclusion of a place where you can feel the fear and do it anyway. And it's also nice, when you befriend the fear, it's much easier to tackle it. Okay, if you acknowledge it, there is fear and it's related to this and that, and I know where it's coming from, it's much easier to manage that fear compared to trying to avoid it.
Yeah, I also think that there is no solution that we could give you that would say you can get rid of fear and this is how to do it. So I think it's important just to acknowledge, there will be fear always in something like this. So better I will try to acknowledge it rather than deny it, because it will just not go away. Or do we have any way for the fear to go away?
So what I believe is that fear is quite a powerful energy.
You do?
Yes. Fear is an emotion, and emotion is energy in motion. And I believe that energy does not disappear. That energy can be transformed into something else. So I believe that if we suppress the fear, it's just going to bottle up in us. It's not going to disappear. If we acknowledge it, accept it, talk about it, we can transform that energy into something else. That's a scientific explanation. Actually, now science is quite good in explaining those kind of things, and we know that we are energy beings, 99.9999999% of energy.
So now we know that why Marta is the wise one in this show and why she's also a great mathematician.
Well, that one is highly doubtful. Yes. Okay. Anyway, tip number 3. Create the worst case scenario. And the reason for creating that worst case scenario is to get you depressed. No.
Lovely.
So, to dwell on what is absolutely bad that can happen. No. Okay, so the reason to create the worst case scenario is that sometimes the fear is really big in our head and we don't know where it's coming from. And if we write it down, it gets onto the paper. That's the first thing. And it's already helpful because it gets out of your head where it can be scarier than it is to the piece of paper. And second of all, it comes with a step that is called, and what will you do if that worst case scenario happens? And then you find out that you always have a way out. So if you create 3 worst case scenarios, like I will lose all my money, and you will find a solution, I can sleep under the bridge, or I can move in with my mom again, or whatever.
Yeah.
But you will find a solution every time. It can be a better or the worse.
Yeah.
And you get to know that. And that's helpful in managing fear, especially when you prepare for tip number 4, which is create the best case scenario. Because it's great to manage the fear, have all the worst case scenarios, thought about to manage your fear.
Yeah.
But it's also great to create that best case scenario. Sorry for that little buzz. That was one of the 3 abandoned children that was calling. Hopefully he can figure out that the daddy is also abandoned, so he can also call.
Yeah, they are
his
abandoned
dad.
together. So
Yes. So
good luck, Philip.
Yes. Okay. So create the best case scenario is all about creating now the scenarios for actually how great it will be if it happens. So you can create a vision, something that you can go after, and you can put yourself into that good energy. Because fear creates a lot of energy. We already spoke about it. And when it's a lot of negative and difficult energy, it's actually quite difficult to be successful. But when you have that vision and you create that positive scenario, you can lift yourself up. And then the final tip, take your fear for a ride. And that means, what do you think that it means? Because everyone is looking at me like, what the hell does that lady think about? And that is actually related to that part that fear is an emotion, which is energy in motion. And that means that depending on how severe the fear is, you actually may need to do different things about it. So if it is a very, very deep fear, so deep that it's actually stopping you completely into almost being close to panic, then maybe you need some sort of help. Maybe you need some sort of therapy and so on. If it is a milder fear, maybe you just need like a friend you can talk to or a mentor that you can talk about it and go through it. So that's about it, finding when you know what's your fear about, when you know what's the worst case scenario, the best case scenario, then you can take the fear for a ride. And just simply means to get you to the place when you can feel the fear and do it anyway.